Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Focus on your breath. Focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Again, take a deep breath in. Breathe out. We will start today's session by chanting mantra Om. We will chant mantra Om 3 times all together, and after Om I will chant Shanti mantra. If you wish, you can join me for Shanti mantra as well. So get ready for mantra Om. Breathe in. Shanti mantra. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now slowly, gently open your eyes. Bring your hands down and sit as you feel comfortable. While practicing pranayam, while practicing all those techniques which we are going to study, I'll be asking you to sit in any meditative position. But for now, when I am explaining all those techniques, you can sit as you feel comfortable. Of course, it's better not to lie down. It's better to keep your back straight. Bamsar used to say this is the best way how you can grasp the information very easily and with good focus. So today our topic is pranayam and some mudras. So today I'll be talking with all of you about pranayam. Today we'll be learning some pranayam which are mentioned in Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Of course, like today we have a very limited time. I'm going to have like only 1.5 hours to talk with you, or even less than that. So that's why it will be difficult for us to go through the whole process. Ideally, whenever you practice pranayam, it is very much recommended, it is strongly recommended to start your practice with some basic exercises, some physical exercises, some warm-up exercises. So you should mobilize all your joints, some important joints like your neck, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrist joints, your spine, your hips, your knees, your ankles. So after all those exercises, it will be easy for you to sit straight during pranayam. Now, of course, like we don't have time to go through all those exercises. That's why whenever you will be practicing pranayam in the future, it is very much recommended to practice very simple exercises. Whatever exercises you know, the best thing to practice is Surya Namaskar. I hope you must be knowing Surya Namaskar. If you don't know about Surya Namaskar, we can share videos with you so you can practice Surya Namaskar. There are many different types of Surya Namaskar. You can select any one of them, whatever is more suitable for you, and then you can practice. Surya Namaskar is the best exercise, but of course, not everybody can follow Surya Namaskar. Not everybody can practice Surya Namaskar because of some physical restrictions. It is not very much recommended for everybody if you are already having some health issues. But if you can, practice Surya Namaskar. If it is difficult, you can practice very simple physical exercises, especially for all joints to mobilize the joints. And after practicing all those physical exercises or Surya Namaskar, it's better to take Shavasana. You must practice Shavasana because Shavasana will help us to normalize the breathing rate. And after practicing Shavasana, then you can go for Pranayam practice. So today we are not going to have Surya Namaskar. Today we are not going to have any warm-up exercises because of the time restrictions. Today we will directly jump with Pranayam practice. It is just for today's session, but for the future, make sure you practice all those exercises before you start Pranayam practice, followed by Shavasana. Shavasana is the most important, not sleeping, but Shavasana. So you should be completely aware during Shavasana. I hope you must be knowing Shavasana. And in my experience, Shavasana is one of the very favorite asanas, whatever people want to practice. So let's start today's session with those techniques which I wanted to share with you. The very first thing we are going to learn today, that is one of the cleansing technique. It is called as Shat Karma or Shuddhi Kriya. Shat means 6. Karma means process or any technique. Don't take karma on the very philosophical level. Here, just use the word karma and on the very, very basic level. That is any technique, any process. So, what are those Shat Karmas and why those Shat Karmas are very much necessary? Actually, in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it is written that Shat Karma, they are like a preparations. If you want to develop your asana practice, if you want to develop your pranayama practice, and of course, if you want to move further for your meditation practices, and if you are having some toxins, accumulations of the toxins in your body, so your body will not be ready to practice pranayama. For example, if our nose is blocked, if it is difficult for us to breathe through the nose, and if you start practicing pranayama, instead of giving benefits of pranayama, instead of getting benefits of pranayama, you will create a lot of stress for yourself. Or if you have some accumulation of toxin in any part of the body, for example, digestive system, or even your joints or any other parts of the body, and unless you clean them up, it will be difficult for you to concentrate, to focus, to sit quiet. And during practicing pranayama or asanas, people will be very much unstable, and this instability will not bring a very good benefits of pranayama and asanas. That's why it is very much recommended by Hatha Yoga Pradipika to practice Shat Karmas. So today we are going to learn one of those Shat Karmas. Shat means 6, as I already explained. Also it is called as Shuddhi Kriya. Briefly, I will go through all the Shat Karmas. The shloka which is given in Hatha Yoga about Shat Karmas is Dhautir Bastis Tatha Niti Tratakam Naulikam Tatha Kapalbhati Chaitani Shat Karmani Prachakshate. So Dhauti is to wash. What to wash? The whole digestive tract. Dhauti is the technique which is very useful to clean the digestive tract, partially or completely. Basti is also very good to clean the lower digestive tract, the anal area, the rectal area, and the large intestine. Dhauti, Basti, Neti is very good cleansing technique for the nasal passage. Also, it is very useful for the respiratory allergies. Then Tratak is very important cleansing technique. Of course, it has to be done by focusing or by looking at any small object, staring at any object till you get tears out of your eyes. It's very good cleansing technique for your eyes, but actually it is good cleansing technique for our mind through the eyes. Next technique is Nauli. Nauli, in which you make tube-like structure in the abdomen, and then you move your abdomen in a clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction. It's a very good cleansing technique for all internal organs with the help of massage. And next technique is Kapalbhati. Of course, nowadays Kapalbhati is very popular in India, not only in India but everywhere. And thanks to Ramdev Baba, actually he was one of those guys, he was one of those yoga gurus who popularized Kapalbhati. But of course, like as we all know, Ramdev Baba is a very patriotic person. So that's why many people even call this technique as a Kapala Bharati. So it is not Kapala Bharati, it is Kapala Bhati. It looks like pranayam because it is actually breathing exercise. With the help of some specific breathing pattern, you need to clean your lungs, and actually it is very useful to improve the efficiency of the nervous system. So Kapalbhati is one of the most important cleansing technique. Kapalbhati is one of the most important Shat karma which can be used before practicing pranayam. So whenever we want to develop our pranayam practice, it is very much recommended to practice Kapalabhati. Kapala means skull, or especially the frontal lobe. In Marathi, as you know, Kapala, the frontal lobe, Kapala. Bhati, there are two meanings of Bhati. Bhati also means shine. So Kapalabhati literally it means shining your brain, shining your nervous system. So Kapalabhati is the technique. Can be said that if you practice Kapalbhati, it can shine your brain. Of course, not literally, but it can improve the efficiency of your nervous system. So the basic purpose of Kapalbhati is to work on the nervous system. Also, Bhata. Bhata is an instrument. If you know the blacksmith, when he wants to create the fire to mold or to work with the metals, iron, then he uses that instrument, Bhata. So Bhata is an instrument which creates the fire. It's like a pumping instrument. So Kapalbhati, in which we create the action of our diaphragm and on the lungs like a Bhata, like that instrument. That's why it is also called as Kapalbhati. Anyway, this is just the general meaning of Kapalbhati. But let's try to understand how to practice these techniques and why it is necessary to practice these techniques. Kapalbhati, again, as I said, it is Shat Karma, cleansing technique, and in this technique, with the help of specific breathing patterns or with the help of specific abdominal movements, we can clean our lungs, we can clean the nasal passage. So today we are going to practice Kapalbhati altogether. Before we practice Kapalbhati, I would like to give a small explanation about Kapalbhati, and then we will go for next pranayam. Generally, if you look at the breathing pattern, the way how we breathe, generally the way how we breathe, if you look at the breathing pattern, you will realize the process of inhalation. It is kind of the active process. So it means we make efforts for inhalation. And the process of exhalation, it is passive process. It means actually there are less efforts or no efforts at all at the time of exhalation. So inhalation is active and exhalation is passive. In Kapalbhati, we are going to reverse those phases. In Kapalbhati, we are going to make exhalation active and the inhalation should be passive. It means we are going to make efforts for exhalation and the inhalation should be effortless, completely effortless. So how to practice this technique? So it is very much recommended to sit in comfortable meditative position. The best practice or the best position for Kapalbhati is Padmasana, because when you practice Padmasana, lotus position, both of your legs are blocked. And when you will do those intensive strokes, intensive patterns of the breath, then your legs will be blocked and then it will not disturb the position of your spine. It will not disturb the position of the whole of your body. If it is difficult to practice Padmasana, you can even sit in any comfortable meditative position. So let's try to understand how to practice Kapalbhati. I'm sure most of you must be knowing Kapalbhati, but of course, like many of you maybe don't know Kapalbhati or maybe never practice. So for all of you, I'm just going to give a small demonstration. So what we need to do for Kapalbhati, first of all, after taking any comfortable meditative position, you just breathe, just be aware of your breath. Don't start immediately. Just focus on your breath. Don't control your breath. Breathe normally. Observe the natural rhythm of your breath. Just observe how you're breathing in, how you're breathing out. Give few seconds for the breath awareness. After few seconds of breath awareness, then you can practice couple of rounds of deep breathing. You just need to simply deep inhale and long exhale. So deep inhale, long exhale, couple of times. And then when you are ready for Kapalbhati, listen, the first stroke is important. When you are ready for Kapalbhati, then you need to inhale deeply. When you are ready for Kapalbhati, then you need to inhale deeply, then breathe out halfway, not completely, breathe out halfway, and the remaining half exhalation you should do with force. This is only for the first stroke. This is only for the first stroke. Again, listen carefully. You need to breathe in deeply. When you are ready for Kapalbhati, you need to breathe in deeply, then breathe out halfway, and remaining half exhalation you should do with force. Simultaneously, when you are breathing out, at the same time, you need to pull your abdomen inwards. When you are breathing out, simultaneously, you need to pull your abdomen inwards. So that is one stroke of Kapalbhati. And then continue giving such kind of strokes. Okay. So remember, in Kapalbhati, what we are doing? We are breathing out forcefully through the nose, pulling the abdomen inwards, and after every pull, after every stroke, immediately relax your abdomen, immediately relax your diaphragm, and as soon as we relax our abdomen, as soon as we relax our diaphragm, automatically air will get sucked in, air will come inside. So we don't have to make any efforts for inhalation. It will happen automatically. You just need to focus on exhalation process. So you need to breathe out forcefully, simultaneously pulling your abdomen inwards, and after every pull, relax your abdomen, and the inhalation will happen automatically. So I'm going to show you Kapalbhati. I hope you can see the abdominal movements. What I'm going to show you. If you think that your nose is not completely clean, if you think that during Kapalbhati you might get mucus out, it's better you keep the tissue paper next to you. If something comes out, just wipe it out and then continue the practice. So I think you cannot see the whole of me because of the restrictions or the limitations of the screen. But anyway, you have to sit in any comfortable meditative position. Those people who are not able to sit in cross-leg position, I request them to sit on the chair. Please don't practice it now, just watch. I'm going to give you demonstration. For Kapalbhati, it is recommended to keep your hands in Drona Mudra for the beginning. Afterwards, you can even have your hands in Jnana Mudra, Dhyana Mudra. But for the beginning, it's better to have your hands in Drona Mudra. Drona Mudra, it means you are actually making your hands like a drone. Okay, like bow. And then you are turning your hands and placing your palms on your knees. It will help you to kind of get good grip, and then you can create a good force while practicing Kapalbhati. Your back should remain straight, because if you are sitting with like this back, like if you are bending your back, it will be difficult for you to work on your diaphragm, to work on your abdominal muscles. That's why it is very much recommended to keep your back straight. During Kapalbhati, as I said, first of all, first few seconds, just be aware of your breath. Then, after that, do a couple of rounds of deep breathing. With inhale deeply, exhale smoothly, and after a few rounds of deep breathing, then inhale again deeply, breathe out halfway, and remaining half stroke, forcefully pull your abdomen inwards. And then after first stroke, then you can continue with forceful exhalation. So I'm going to show you now. So this is the way how we practice Kapalbhati. There are some mistakes some people might do. So I'm just going to show you now how it should not be practiced. During Kapalbhati, better not to move your shoulders. So don't move your shoulders. Don't keep tension in your arms. So don't keep your hands very tight. Just relax them completely. Don't have any stress on your face. Your face should be completely relaxed. Don't bend your back. Your back should be completely straight. Many people, while practicing Kapalbhati, you can hear the sound of inhalation, exhalation like this. For inhalation, exhalation, if you listen the sound of inhalation, exhalation, that is not completely Kapalbhati. Of course, there is another technique in which you do strong inhalation, strong exhalation. But in Kapalbhati, your exhalation has to be forceful, not inhalation. Inhalation should be completely passive. So this is Kapalbhati, a very good technique because here actually we are working on the abdominal movements, and with exhalation we pull the abdomen inwards. So it gives very good massage to all internal organs. It is very good for the pancreas gland. It is very good for your intestines, for your liver, or your stomach. If people are having any issues with digestive system, it is very recommended to practice Kapalbhati. But those people who have had any surgery, any operation, major surgery in last 6 months, the abdominal area, better not to practice Kapalbhati. During pregnancy, it is not very much recommended to practice Kapalbhati. Even if the benefits are there, but during pregnancy, better not to practice Kapalbhati. If anybody is suffering with hypertension, high blood pressure, you can practice Kapalbhati, but not with very strong, very fast speed. It can be practiced with very gentle strokes. Also, those people who feel dizziness during Kapalbhati, if you feel dizziness during Kapalbhati, just stop the practice. You need to inhale deeply, hold your breath for a few seconds, and breathe out. Then you will feel better. During Kapalbhati, if you feel back pain, if you feel pain in your spine, then practice Parvatasana. If you feel pain in your spine, if you have back pain during the Kapalbhati, then you need to simply interlock your fingers, stretch your hands up, and stretch it with inhalation, relax it with exhalation. Just do it for a couple of times, and you will feel much better. During Kapalbhati, if you feel your abdominal muscles are getting tired, then you can stop the practice. You can place your right hand on your abdomen and massage your abdomen in a clockwise direction. Okay. So very good technique to clean your lungs. As you can see here, we are breathing out forcefully. So it's a very strong cleansing technique and a very good preparation for pranayam practice. I want all of you to practice Kapalbhati. I will request any one of you to switch on your video so that I can see that you're following all my instructions. Maybe Purnimaji or Prashantji or some of you can just switch on your video so that I can see the practice. So according to that, I can give you instructions. Okay, thank you. So let's practice Kapalbhati. Now we are going to practice 3 rounds of Kapalbhati. For the first round, do not worry at all what is the speed of those strokes. What is the speed? How you are practicing Kapalbhati? It is not necessary at all. You need to focus on the technique itself. Speed will come automatically. So for the first round, don't worry about the speed at all. Don't worry about the speed at all. For the second round and third round, I will tell you what should be the ideal speed. Okay? So get ready. Keep your back straight, legs straight. You can sit on the floor, on your yoga mat, with the cross-leg position, if possible, Padmasana, if not, Vajrasana, Swastikasana, or whatever other meditative position you know. You bring your hands on your knees in Drona Mudra, palms facing down. Make sure your back is straight, your neck should be straight. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Focus between your eyebrows. Focus between your eyebrows. Breathe smoothly. Just breathe smoothly. Do not control your breath. Just observe the natural inhalation, natural exhalation. Breathe normally. Now we are going to practice deep breathing couple of times. So take a deep breathe in, breathe out. Again, take a deep breathe in, breathe out. Get ready for Kapalbhati. With next exhalation, you can start. So breathe in deeply, breathe out halfway, and then you can start Kapalbhati. Continue the practice. With every exhalation, pull your abdomen inwards. With every exhalation, pull your abdomen inwards. And after every pull, just relax your abdomen. Air will come automatically in. Continue the practice for a few seconds. Practice it for 30 more seconds. Ten more seconds. And stop the practice. Stop the practice. Okay. Very good. I hope all of you got the technique. But still, again, would like to mention a few things. What are the mistakes can happen? Most of the time, it is difficult for people to synchronize the movement of the abdomen and the breathing. So for most of the people, instead of exhalation, they try to pull the abdomen inwards with inhalation. So it happens like this. So make sure that you are pulling your abdomen inwards with every exhalation. And the second thing, you are not actually pressing your shoulders down, you are not actually pressing your abdomen down, but actually you are pulling your abdomen backward, inward. Okay. Now second round, we will do it for 1 minute. Second round, we will do it for 1 minute. And I want all of you to count how many strokes, how many pulls you are going to do. Okay. So when you will pull your abdomen in with exhalation, that is 1. Second time again when you will pull, that is 2. Likewise, for 1 minute, count how many times you can do. And for the third round, I will tell you what should be the ideal speed. Okay. So back straight, neck straight. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breathe in. Breathe out. Again, take a deep breathe in. Breathe out. And now with next exhalation, you can start the practice. So get ready, breathe in and start. For 1 minute, whatever speed you feel comfortable, don't worry about the speed at all. Just count how many strokes you can give during 1 minute. Back straight, neck straight, eyes closed. Fifteen more seconds. Five more seconds. Stop the practice. Stop the practice. Take a deep breathe in. Breathe out. Now massage your abdomen. Place your right palm on your abdomen. Place your right palm on your abdomen and massage in a clockwise direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So second round we have done for 1 minute. If you have counted how many strokes you have given in 1 minute, it's very good. If you haven't counted, it's completely fine. So ideal speed for Kapalbhati should be 120 strokes per minute. Ideal speed for Kapalbhati should be 120 strokes per minute. It means 2 strokes per second. So this should be the speed. Of course, with the good practice, some people they can even do 140, 50, even they can reach till 200. But if you increase the speed too much, that is also not very much necessary, because when you will increase the speed, you will lose the rhythm of the abdomen and you will not have the depth for the abdominal pulse, and it will increase the fire element in your body. So too much speed is also not good. If it is difficult for you to reach 120, you can even practice with low speed. It can be even 60 or 50 or 30. So now third round of Kapalbhati, again I want to ask you to count and see if you can reach till 120. If it is difficult, then you can just practice whatever is more comfortable speed for you. The second very important thing when you are practicing Kapalabhati, the speed whatever you are going to practice, try to maintain the speed constant from the first moment till the last moment. So when you are going to practice, for example, Kapalabhati for 1 minute, so from the beginning till the end, if your speed is 60 at the beginning, try to maintain it till the end 60. If your speed is 80, try to maintain 80. Don't keep on changing the speed during the practice. Okay? Let's practice one more round of Kapalbhati. Don't force yourself. Don't move your shoulders. Don't hunch your shoulders. Don't have stress on your face. So get ready for Kapalbhati, the third round of Kapalbhati. So get ready, back straight, neck straight. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Again, take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Get ready for third round of Kapalabhati. With next exhalation, we are going to start. So breathe in and start. Make sure your back is straight. Eyes closed. Don't have stress on your face. 30 more seconds. Last 20 seconds. Last 10 seconds. 5. And stop the practice. Stop the practice. Again, place your right palm on your abdomen. Massage your abdomen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Parvatasana, in case if you have had any pain in your back, in your spine, Parvatasana, interlock your fingers, turn your hands and bring your hands above the head and stretch. Breathe in, give maximum stretch to your spine. Breathe out, relax. Again, breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Now this time you need to hold your breath. Breathe in, hold your breath, and breathe out. And bring your hands down. So that was Kapalbhati, which is also very important. Now you can sit comfortably. If you are sitting in meditative position, you can again relax your legs. Just relax your legs. Before we practice the next technique, you can relax yourself for some time. Now let's move towards the second technique. Now we are going to focus on different types of pranayam, very different types of pranayam given in Hatha Yoga Pradipika. But let's try to understand why pranayam is necessary. So Hatha Yoga mentions a very beautiful shloka, how pranayam will help us on the mind, to control the mind or to discipline the mind. Hatha Yoga says, Chale vate chalam chittam nischale nischalam bhave yogi sthano tvamapnoti tato vayum nirodhaye. It means Chale vate chalam chittam. Our mind is mobile like air, like the wind. Air is invisible, we cannot see the air with our naked eyes. It is invisible, but it is always moving, always moving. Same way, our mind is like air, invisible, but always moving from one thought to the next thought, from one thought to the another thought. So if you want to control your mind, if you want to discipline the mind, if you want to develop the concentration, if you want to develop the focus, then you must control the wind, you must control the air. Of course, it is difficult for us to control the air which is flowing around us, which is flowing outside. So what Hatha Yoga says, that try to control the air element which is flowing within yourself, which is flowing within yourself. It means our breathing. So as soon as we start controlling our breath, as soon as we start disciplining our breath, it will be easy. It will be easy for us to discipline and to control our mind. Okay. So this is one of the very beautiful shloka mentioned in Hatha Yoga to understand the importance of pranayam or kumbhak. We will be talking about kumbhak. What is the process of kumbhak? There is another sutra, a very important sutra mentioned by Patanjali about pranayam. Patanjali is considered as the pioneer of yoga. Of course, before Patanjali, the yoga was available, but Patanjali was the first person who compiled all the basic scriptures or all the concepts of yoga and formulated in a very kind of short form or extract of the whole yoga. And he has given 195-96 sutras. Of course, there are some variations, but you can say 195-96 sutras. And out of those 196 sutras, out of those 195-96 sutras, he has given only 5 sutras for pranayam. So he mentions first asana, how the asana should be done, and after asana, Patanjali talks about pranayam. Pranayam is one of the important aspects of Ashtanga yoga mentioned by Patanjali. So Patanjali has given different instruments to reach the higher goals of yoga. And Ashtanga yoga is one of the instruments, one of the sadhana mentioned by Patanjali. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. These are the 8 elements of Ashtanga yoga. And today we are going to talk about the Pranayam element. So what Patanjali talks about Pranayam, I'm just going to explain the very first sutra of Patanjali. Tasmin sati shwasa prashwasa yorgati vicheda pranayamaha. It means tasmin sati, when you stabilize yourself in asana, because just before pranayam, Patanjali talks about asana. After stabilizing yourself in asana, shwasa prashwasa yorgati vicheda pranayamaha. Shwasa, that is inhalation, prashwasa, that is exhalation, and the rhythm of shwasa and prashwasa, or the speed of shwasa and prashwasa, that is gati, vicheda, it means to break. That is pranayama, mentioned by Patanjali. The process of inhalation, it is called as purak, which is mentioned in Hatha Yoga. The process of exhalation, it is called as rechaka, and the process of retention, that is holding your breath, that is called as kumbhaka. So as per Hatha Yoga, or as per the Patanjali's explanation about pranayam, ideally pranayam, it means kumbha, retention of the breath. So if you want to practice the complete pranayam, then it is very much necessary to hold your breath or to practice kumbha with some efforts. Even if you don't do any efforts, naturally we have small element of kumbha in our breathing process. For example, generally, naturally, whenever we breathe in, and then after inhalation, when we breathe out, so in between inhalation and exhalation, there is small pause that is very natural kumbha. But as per Hatha Yoga, kumbha can be developed, and to practice kumbha, you need to master yourself in bandhas. Today, we are not going to go deep in bandhas because actually bandhas is such kind of topic. Bandha is such kind of topic which has to be practiced in the presence of guru, in the presence of teacher. On this virtual kind of training, it will be very difficult to teach bandhas. It will be very difficult even to observe what people are practicing. It has to be done on the physical basis, on the physical presence. So today we are not going to talk about the bandhas. There are three important bandhas. Jalandhara bandha, that is you are contracting the muscles of throat. Moola bandha, the rectal area, anal area, and Uddiyana bandha, the abdominal lobe. So these three bandhas are very much necessary when you are practicing pranayam with kumbha. When you are practicing pranayam by retaining your breath, by holding your breath. Today we will be practicing pranayam without any kumbha, with simple inhalation and exhalation process. Now, the next pranayam which we are going to study today, the very basic pranayam, that is Nadishuddhi Pranayam. Actually, in our first session, we have gone through this pranayam, Nadishuddhi Pranayam. So those people who have attended our first session, I hope you have been practicing Nadishuddhi Pranayam. If not, please practice. But those people who join our session just today, I'm just going to give a brief introduction about Nadishuddhi Pranayam, and then we will move to our next pranayam. So, Nadishuddhi Pranayam. Again, here the word Shuddhi came. Shuddhi, it means cleansing process. Nadi, it means a passage, a specific passage in our body which is required to let the energy flow. To let the energy flow. For example, if you are talking about the blood circulation. So to have the blood circulation happening in our body, we have a special system, arteries and veins. Through arteries and the veins, the blood is flowing from heart to the other organs and coming back to the heart. Then digestive tract is one of the passages through which when we take the food inside, it goes through the digestive tract, the digestion happens, the absorption happens, and then at the end the excretion happens. So the same way there is the passage called as Nadi, which is responsible to flow the energy. So whenever we breathe in, through the air, we get prana, the life force in our body, and even that prana, it is even mentioned at 10 different levels in Hatha Yoga. 5 are considered as major prana, and 5 are considered as minor prana. Today we are going to learn some mudras for those major prana. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udan, Saman. So these are those major pranas. So whenever air comes inside, when the air goes inside in the lungs, then all those major pranas, they have their own functions. For example, prana itself, it is located from your nose to the heart. Then the second is apana. The major function of apana, that is excretion, that is located from your navel down. Samana, it is located from your heart to the navel. Udana is located to the extremities, your hands, your head, your legs. And Vyana, it is located everywhere in the body, in each and every cell. So So today we will not go in very much details about the functions of all those pranas because we have to focus on the technique itself. But today we will be practicing 5 mudras connected with those Pancha Prana. Even if you practice those 5 mudras, it will help us to balance those Pancha Pranas in our body. Because whenever we say that I am diseased, I am unhealthy, it is all because the functions of those Pancha Pranas are not working very well. So with the help of those mudras, we can stabilize those Pancha Pranas. Now let's come back to Nadishuddhi. So Nadishuddhi is the pranayam considered as the pranayam as the preparation for remaining pranayam. It's a very simple technique. Last time already we have studied this technique. So you can watch our previous video to get to know more about Nadishuddhi technique. Today quickly we will go through this technique. In this technique actually you are practicing alternate nostril breathing. For Nadishuddhi pranayam you start inhalation through your left nostril. Then you need to exhale through your right nostril. Immediately inhale through your right nostril and exhale through your left nostril. It looks like an infinity sign or 8 in English. 8 sign, horizontal 8 sign. So today we'll be practicing Nadishuddhi pranayam for a couple of minutes. Those people who don't know about this technique, just quickly I will show you how to switch the nostrils. For Nadishuddhi pranayam, we are going to practice one mudra. With the help of this mudra, you can switch the nostrils very easily. It is called as Pranava mudra or Pranayama mudra. And this mudra has to be done only with the help of right hand. Why only right hand? Last time we discussed about the reason why only right hand. If you want to know more about it, you must watch our previous videos. And it will be easy for you to go through the whole process also, whatever we have studied in the first class. So we will be using our right hand for Pranam Mudra. For that you need to fold your index finger, middle finger. Your thumb is straight and last 2 fingers, that is your ring finger and little finger, they are straight. While practicing Pranayam Mudra or Pranayam Mudra, your shoulder should be relaxed. Don't hunch your shoulder up. Don't keep your arm very much up. Don't raise your elbow. Your muscles will get tired. Just rest it close to your body. With the help of thumb, you can close your right nostril, not at the bottom, not on the top, just at the center. And with the help of last 2 fingers, you can close your left nostril. So that's how we are going to close our nostrils. So while practicing Nadishuddhi, first of all, you need to close your right nostril. You need to inhale through your left. Then close your left, open right, exhale through your right. Then inhale through your right, then close your right, exhale through your left. This is one round of Nadishuddhi pranayam. Okay. Now we are going to practice this technique for a couple of minutes and then we will go for next very important pranayam. So I request all of you, please be seated in any comfortable meditative position. Keep your left hand in Jnana Mudra, Dhyana Mudra, and keep your right hand in Pranava Mudra. Fold your index and middle finger. Keep your right hand in Pranava Mudra. Back straight, neck straight. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Focus between your eyebrows. Focus between your eyebrows. Breathe smoothly. Breathe smoothly. Now you can open your eyes again. Get your right hand up in Pranam Mudra. Close your right nostril with the thumb. Your left is open. Your elbow close to your body. Back straight, neck straight. Then inhale deeply through your left. Then close your left, open your right, exhale through your right. Then inhale immediately through your right and exhale through your left. Inhale through your left, exhale through your right. Inhale through your right, exhale through your left. Continue this technique for 2 more minutes. Left in, right out, right in, left out, left in, right out, right in, left out, left in, right out, right in, left out, left in, right out, right in, left out. 1 more minute. Left in, right out, right in, left out, left in, right out, right in, left out, left in, right out, right in, left out. 2 more rounds. Left in, right out, right in, left out, left in, right out, right in, left out. Stop the practice. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Breathe normally. Now gently open your eyes and sit, relax as you feel comfortable. You can straighten the legs. Now, why we are practicing Nadishuddhi? Our right nostril represents the solar energy, which controls the physical energy. Left nostril represents the lunar energy, which controls the mental energy. So to balance the physical and the mental energy, Nadishuddhi Pranayam is very important. To know more about Nadishuddhi, again, watch our previous videos. Now we want to go to our next pranayam. We want to practice the next pranayam, that is Bhramari Pranayam. One of the very important, very simple, very useful pranayam. We will be practicing Bhramari Pranayam with 1 mudra also. So first we will practice Bhramari Pranayam without any mudra, and then we will practice 1 mudra, Shanmukhi mudra for Bhramari Pranayam. Shanmukhi mudra for Bhramari Pranayam. So what is Bhramari? Bhramari. Actually, as you all know, especially Indians, you know Bhramar, it means bee, humming bee. The humming bee which makes the sound while collecting the bee. And if you look at the concentration which is given to bee, so God gave to the bee, when the bee is collecting the honey from the flower, it is very easy actually to pick up the bee with your hands. But of course, it should not be done. That's why the bee has the self-protection, it has the sting on its back. So we cannot actually easily catch the bee. So what Hatha Yoga says? Hatha Yoga says that if you practice Bhramari Pranayam, you will have tremendous concentration like the bee. The bee, while collecting honey, she is very much concentrated. The same way, when we practice Bhramari Pranayam, we will have tremendous concentration, tremendous focus. So Bhramari Pranayam, one of the reasons of Bhramari Pranayam, one of the benefits of Bhramari Pranayam is to improve the concentration. It is to improve the focus. Of course, there are other benefits of Bhramari Pranayam as well. So what we are going to do in Bhramari Pranayam, we are going to make actually the sound of the breath. The sound looks like mantra Om, but without O or without first 2 letters. It is just humming sound. So during Bhramari Pranayam, we need to inhale deeply. After deep inhalation, you need to close your mouth and then make sound with exhalation. Humming sound with exhalation, like this. So this is the way how we are going to chant or how we are going to create the sound for Bhramari Pranayam. Actually, there are two different sounds which should be practiced for Bhramari Pranayam. But to develop the second kind of sound, first of all, you have to master this first sound. The second sound should be done at the time of inhalation. So whatever sound I have shown you, that is the sound of exhalation only. If you look at our vocal cord or the way how we speak with exhalation. Usually we don't speak with inhalation. For example, if I want to tell my name to you, Sandeep, I speak it out with exhalation. Even you can try by yourself, just speak out your name and you will understand that even we speak small things with exhalation. Usually we don't speak with inhalation. But there is another kind of sound of Bhramari which has to be done with inhalation. But for that sound, first of all, you have to master yourself for exhalation sound. So that's why today we are going to focus only on exhalation sound. Now in Bhramari Pranayam, of course, a lot of research has to be done in Bhramari Pranayam also. So those people who are here in the medical profession, who are doctors, I request all of them to practice actually this pranayam the way how I'm going to teach today, and just see, observe yourself the effect of this pranayam on the different parts of the brain, and maybe this process can be used for the good research activities. So Bhramari Pranayam, actually it gives a very strong vibration to our brain, to each and every brain cell. Whenever we create such kind of sound, it gives very strong vibrations to each and every brain cell. It helps to improve the efficiency of your brain. It helps to improve the efficiency of each and every cell. For example, if I want to develop the strength of my muscles, I will go to the gym, I will do some exercises. But if you want to develop the efficiency, the strength of your glands, Bhramari is considered as one of the very good pranayam. It's a pituitary gland located at the center of the brain. So if you want to improve the efficiency of your pituitary gland, then Bhramari Pranayam, the vibrations created by Bhramari Pranayam is very beautiful, very strong vibrations. Now we are going to practice Bhramari Pranayam in different ways. Now listen carefully how it should be done. The first way of Bhramari Pranayam, you keep your teeth together and touch your tongue flat to your palate. The first way to practice Bhramari Pranayam, keep your teeth together and touch your tongue flat to the palate. Okay? And then you are going to make sound. So my teeth will be together like this. And just observe the vibrations. The second way, keep your teeth together, but do not touch your tongue anywhere. Just keep your tongue hanging inside, in between. Do not touch your tongue anywhere. The third way, separate your teeth and your tongue also should be hanging inside, not touching any part of your mouth inside. Okay, so your teeth should be separated. So first, again listen carefully, teeth together, tongue to the palate. Second, teeth together, but tongue at the center, not touching anywhere. And the third, teeth apart, tongue also at the center. So let's practice Bhramari Pranayam at 3 different ways, and you yourself observe which part of the brain you feel more vibrations. Do you feel vibrations deep inside, or do you feel vibrations only on the skull, or do you feel vibrations somewhere else? Just observe. Okay. So Brahmari Pranayam, actually it is very good to improve the efficiency of endocrine system, because as I said, it works very well on the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is considered as the gland which is the controller of remaining glands, also wheel of the glands. So if you improve the efficiency of pituitary gland, the whole hormonal system will function very well. Okay. So now let's practice Brahmari Pranayam. There are no any precautions actually for Brahmari Pranayam. Anybody can practice Brahmari Pranayam very easily. Even those people who are having any health issues, heart problems, they can also practice Brahmari Pranayam. Now listen, what we are going to practice or how we are going to practice, you need to inhale deeply, maximum inhalation, and then when you will start exhalation, start making sound, and do not stretch the sound till the last breath, till the last moment. Okay. For example, if your exhalation time is only 10 seconds, if your exhalation time is only 10 seconds, I'm just giving an example, then don't try to stretch the sound till 10th second. You can practice the sound only till 8th or 7th second, and last 2-3 seconds should be empty without any sound. So it will look like this. Look at me. Still you exhale after completing sound, then next inhalation, and then continue. Don't stretch sound like this. I'm going to show how some people make mistakes. Of course, it's kind of funny, but don't do it this way. Okay, so don't try to stretch the sound till the very, very last moment. It should be comfortable. So you should breathe out, make comfortable sound, and last 2-3 seconds, keep it empty without any sound. Okay, let's practice Brahmari Pranayam. During Brahmari Pranayam, I want all of you to focus between the eyebrows. I want all of you to focus between the eyebrows. Now we are practicing Brahmari Pranayam without any mudra. We will practice Brahmari Pranayam again with Shanmukhi mudra. So for now, keep your hands in Jnana Mudra, Dhyan Mudra. Place them on your knees. Please be seated in any comfortable meditative position. Back straight, neck straight. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Focus between your eyebrows. Focus between your eyebrows. Now we are going to practice 10 rounds of Brahmari Pranayam. 10 rounds of Brahmari Pranayam. First 3 rounds, keep your teeth together and tongue to the palate. Next 3 rounds, teeth together but tongue at the center. And last 4 rounds, teeth apart, tongue also at the center. So bring your teeth together. Close your mouth, bring your teeth together and touch your tongue flat to the palate. 3 rounds of Brahmari first. You can start. Inhale deeply. Now, keep your teeth together, but relax your tongue. Do not touch your tongue anywhere in the mouth. Next 3 rounds, breathe in. Now, separate your teeth, but do not open your lips. Your lips should be together. Just separate your teeth. And tongue also at the center. Do not touch your tongue. 4 more rounds. You can complete the practice. So that was Brahmari Pranayam. I hope you have observed the difference in the first type, second type, and the third type when your teeth are together, when your teeth are separate. Okay. So with the help of these 3 different types, we can actually stimulate the different parts of the brain, the external, the surface area, or even deep towards the hypothalamus. So this is Brahmari Pranayam. Let's practice this pranayam once again to get even stronger benefits. And we are going to use one mudra. It looks like Shanmukhi mudra. It is not complete Shanmukhi mudra. Shan, like Shat, 6 mukha openings. So Shanmukhi mudra, at least you are actually working on 6 openings. Okay. With the help of thumbs, we are closing the ears. With the help of index finger, we need to close the eyes. With the help of middle finger, we need to close the nose. And with the help of last 2 fingers, ring finger, little finger, we need to close the lips, upper lip and the lower lip. Okay. This is actual Shanmukhi mudra. But today we will not be doing complete Shanmukhi mudra because we don't want to actually close the nose. So we will be simply closing the ears and eyes. That's it. We will be closing only ears and eyes. Okay. So now let's see how to practice this. In this mudra, you need to bring your elbows up. If your shoulders are getting tired, for a few seconds you can bring them down. Again, bring them up. You need to close your ears with your thumbs, but tight. Don't loosen them up. And you need to place remaining 4 fingers on your eyes. We are practicing very easy variation today. You need to close your ears with thumbs. You need to close your eyes with 4 fingers. Elbows pointing out, not too much up, not too much down, just perpendicular to the ground. And then in this mudra, we will be practicing Brahmari. Again, look at me. So this is the way also Brahmari can be practiced. Let's practice 5 rounds of Brahmari with mudra, Shanmukhi mudra. Not complete Shanmukhi actually, only 5 rounds. During the practice, keep your focus between the eyebrows, and when you will finish 5 rounds, by yourself, you bring your hands down, you need to count yourself. After finishing the practice, please do not open your eyes immediately. Keep your eyes closed and keep focusing between the eyebrows. I will give you instructions, then only you can open your eyes. So get ready for Brahmari, only 5 rounds. Now all of you, please be seated in comfortable meditative position. Bring your hands up. Use your thumbs for ears, 4 fingers for eyes. It will be difficult for you to listen to my instructions. So you start by yourself, count 5 rounds and then bring your hands down. I'll be also doing with you. After my 5 rounds, I will give next instructions. So please start. Keep focusing between your eyebrows, eyes closed. If you are done with 5 cycles of Brahmari, hands down on your knees in Jnana Mudra, but keep focusing between your eyebrows. Eyes closed. Now gently open your eyes. Gently open your eyes. Sit as you feel comfortable. So this was Brahmari Pranayam. Very simple pranayam, but very effective pranayam. So today we have studied 3 breathing exercises. First was Shat Karma. One of those Shat Karmas, Kapalbhati. The second technique, Nadishuddhi Pranayam, which we have studied last time also, today also we repeat this technique. And the third technique, that is Brahmari Pranayam. So I want all of you to focus on those 3 techniques, Kapalbhati, followed by Nadishuddhi Pranayam, followed by Brahmari Pranayam. Today we have done 3 rounds of Kapalbhati, each round for 1 minute we have done. So when you want to practice Kapalbhati, you can practice Kapalbhati again 3 to 5 rounds. For first few weeks, couple of weeks, practice 1 round and take a rest for 30 seconds, again second round. And with good practice, it will be easy for you to practice even 3 minutes, 5 minutes at a stretch without a break. Nadishuddhi Pranayam can be practiced for around 5 minutes. And Brahmari Pranayam, you can practice 21 cycles of Brahmari Pranayam, 21 rounds of Brahmari Pranayam. Now after practicing all those pranayam, of course there are many other pranayam which can be even practiced. I hope again we will get opportunity to meet in the future, and then in the future we'll be practicing some more pranayam, but only on one condition, that whatever we have studied up till now, you must develop this practice. If you don't practice these basic things, it will be difficult for you to practice the advanced techniques. That's why there is no any point to learn the advanced techniques unless you are good enough with the basic techniques. So now we are going to focus on some important mudras. I would like to share some important mudras, and these are the very simple mudras. In the previous session, in the last session, 3 weeks back, we were talking about the fingers. Each and every finger carries its own energy. Each and every finger carries its own energy. Thumb carries the fire energy. So whenever you want to work on those organs which are connected with fire energy, for example our digestive system, our eyes, they are connected with the fire energy. You can perform some mudras which are connected with the thumb, or you can treat your thumb. Index finger represents air energy. Okay. So if you want to work on those organs which are connected with the air energy, that is our respiratory system, and of course when we were talking about Hatha Yoga Shloka, Chale Vate Chalam Chitta, mind. Okay. So if you want to work on the mind, then you need to work on index finger. Fire controls remaining other elements. That's why Dhyana Mudra, Jnana Mudra or Dhyana Mudra, Dhyana means meditation. This mudra is very much necessary while practicing meditation because with the help of fire, we are controlling the air element which helps to discipline, which helps to improve the concentration of mind, and that will help us for meditation. So that's why this is one of the very basic and very simple mudra, Dhyana or Dhyana mudra. Okay. Middle finger carries the space element. So whenever we have any issues for those organs which are connected to the space element, you can even say like ears, then you can work on middle finger. The ring finger carries earth element. If you are having any issues with earth element, that is your bones, joints, then we can work on ring finger. Then little finger carries water element. Now you must be knowing this mudra, you know. In India it is very popular. No need to explain. All of you know this mudra. Why we are using this finger. Okay. So this is water element. So whenever we have any issues with water element, that is kidneys or blood circulation, this mudra, this finger can be used. Today we are going to learn mudras connected with 5 major pranas. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udan, Saman. Okay. So let's start with the very first mudra, Saman. Actually, if you still eat with your hands, nowadays people started using spoons and forks to eat. Right? I am very proud that still in India, many people, almost I think from our group, everybody is eating with the hands, I hope. So if you are still eating with the hands, it means you are actually practicing Samana Mudra. Saman means balance. And as we already discussed, that Saman Vayu is located between the heart and the navel, which functions on the digestive system. Saman, it means balance. And when you join all fingers together, this mudra is called as Saman Mudra. And if you look at our eating habits, when you are eating the food, you know, with fingers, actually we are practicing Saman Mudra. So when we eat with fingers, when we eat with Saman Mudra, then the process of digestion is even improved. Even for some therapies, for some treatments, whenever we work on some important areas of a patient, when patient comes to us and when they say that they have some illness in any specific part of the body, we use Samana Mudra to touch that part of the body, and this mudra helps to balance, to channelize the proper energy in that part of the body. Of course, to treat somebody, first of all, you have to be strong enough. Okay? So this is the very first mudra, Saman Mudra. We are going to focus on today 6 mudras, 5 mudras for 5 pranas, and there is one more mudra for Apana. So for Apana, we will be learning 2 mudras. Even if you practice those 6 mudras around 10 minutes during the day, 10 minutes in the morning, 1 mudra, after 2-3 hours, second mudra, after 2-3 hours, third mudra, likewise, then it will help us to balance all those pranas. Okay. So the first mudra is Saman Mudra, joining all fingers together. Very simple mudra. I want all of you to practice those mudras. So first week, for example, today is Sunday, right? So from tomorrow, select only one mudra for one day. So Monday, that is tomorrow, you practice only this mudra. No need to practice all mudras, only one mudra, Saman Mudra, during the day, morning, afternoon, evening, and just observe the changes happening in your body. Just observe the changes. If you see something different, write it down. Okay. Then Tuesday, go for next mudra. Next mudra, what we are going to learn, that is Prana Mudra. Prana Mudra, in which we use our thumb and last 2 fingers, that is earth element and water element. So what is mudra and how it functions actually? So mudra, they work like an electrical circuit. It is like a switch. So when you switch on, the light is on. or the electrical instrument is on. Why? Because there is a connection between two wires. When we switch off, the two wires are getting disconnected and the electrical energy will not flow. The same way, when we will connect different fingers with different positions, then it will let the energy flow in that part of the body. For example, if you want to work on your kidneys, if you practice those mudras connected with the kidneys or connected with water element, it will channelize the energy in the kidneys. So Samana Mudra, it is specially for the digestive system, the navel region, Samana Mudra, all fingers together to balance all five. So I want all of you to practice this mudra tomorrow, during the day. Okay? And when you will sit during this mudra, then you should practice at least 10 minutes at a stretch, at least 10 minutes at a stretch. And one more thing, start eating with your hands. Nowadays, because of this coronavirus, everybody is very much hygienic, everybody is taking care of washing hands and everything. And I'm very much sure that now your hands are much cleaner than before. So don't worry about eating with your hands. So try to eat with your hands. Even now at this age, whenever I go to India, whenever I spend time with my family, even at this age, I ask my mother to feed me. You know, when my mother feeds me with her hands, it is something different out of the world. It really gives a beautiful feeling. Try to feed your children with your hands, especially for mothers, and try to eat with Saman Mudra. Second Mudra, Prana Mudra. So we are using last two fingers, that is ring finger, little finger, and touch your thumb to the tip of last two fingers, and your index and middle finger, they are straight. So that is a Prana Mudra. Again, look at me, thumb, little finger and ring finger together, index and middle finger straight, that is Prana Mudra. The second, very important, I want you to practice Prana Mudra on Tuesday and just observe which changes are happening. Prana Mudra, it is specially starting from your nose to the heart. This is the location of Prana. Okay? Just observe the differences, what is happening in your body. Next is Apana Mudra. Apana, from your navel down, excretive system. For Apana Mudra, you are going to use your ring finger and middle finger with thumb. Ring finger, middle finger with thumb. Your index finger and little finger are straight. Okay. This is Apana Mudra. I want you to practice this mudra on Wednesday. Okay. Then next mudra, then you are going to use your middle finger and index finger with thumb. Middle finger and index finger with thumb. This is Vyana Mudra. Vyana is located everywhere in the body, in each and every cell. This is Vyana Mudra. Next is Udan Mudra. Now you use almost all fingers except your little finger. So you use these three fingers with the thumb, little finger straight. That is Udana Mudra. This is Udana Mudra. I want you to practice this mudra on the next day. I think it is on Thursday. Okay. So again, look at me. Saman Mudra, all five fingers together. Then Prana Mudra, little finger, ring finger and thumb together. Apana Mudra, that is ring finger, middle finger and thumb together. Vyana Mudra, index finger, middle finger, thumb together. Then Udana Mudra, except little finger, all fingers are together. Okay. So these are the five mudras, and one very important mudra which works very well on the heart, that is also called as Hrudaya Mudra, or also called as Apana Vayu Mudra. Hrudaya Mudra you can say. So for Hrudaya Mudra, you need to bring your index finger at the base of the thumb. Look at me. You need to bring your index finger at the base of the thumb. Then bring your middle finger and ring finger together at the tip of the thumb. Bring your middle finger, ring finger together at the tip of the thumb and little finger straight. That is Hrudaya Mudra. Want to see something interesting? Now look, if you join your hands like this and look at your hands. So your hands are in Hrudaya Mudra. Just join them like this and look at your hands and you will see 4 sections, like 4 chambers of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 chambers of the heart. You know, Hridaya Mudra. Of course, you don't have to hold your hands like this. You can even place your hands on your knees. This mudra can be practiced in meditative position or even while you are walking, while you are watching television, while you are reading the books. Just hold this mudra. To get the benefits of this mudra, you must practice those mudras for minimum 10 to 15 minutes. If you are having some health issues, of course, we recommend people to practice for half an hour, but for general health, minimum 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. So this is one of the most important Apana Vayu, that is Hridaya Mudra. Again, look at me. Index finger at the base of the thumb, middle finger, ring finger together at the tip of the thumb, little finger straight. That is Hridaya Mudra. I am placing the hands on the knees. Now let's practice Hridaya Mudra. Let's practice Hridaya Mudra. Then you need to focus on the heart and let's chant mantra Om. And we will conclude today's session by chanting Om 3 times and Shanti part 3 times. So all of you, please be seated in any comfortable meditative position. Hands in Hridaya Mudra, index finger at the base of the thumb, middle ring finger at the tip of the thumb, little finger straight, hands on the knees, palms facing up, back straight, neck straight. Close your eyes and bring your focus on your heart. Bring your focus on your heart. Get ready for Om 3 times, Shanti part 3 times. Get ready? Breathe in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently open your eyes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity to talk with you today and to share the information whatever I have. And I hope you have enjoyed today's session. And I hope to see you again in the future. Thank you so much, Purnima ji. Thank you so much, Prashant ji, for organizing such a beautiful event. Thank you so much, the whole team of Bama Panthi, for always supporting me and helping me to grow in my life. And thank you so much to each and all of you, the whole audience, for listening to me patiently.